Number 9, we're going to solve this inequality and graph it. We have absolute value of 9 minus 2x is greater than 11 and is equal to positive, so we're going to do 2 parts. So again, my symbol is facing the same direction, so it's just like problem 8. 9 minus 2x is greater than 11, or 9 minus 2x is less than negative 11. Flip that sign, change the sign. So solving by subtracting 9 from both sides, we get negative 2x greater than 2, and then we divide by negative 2. And doing that, negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1, so we're left with x. Divide by negative, we flip the sign, and this becomes a negative 1. So this is the left hand side, or we're going to subtract 9 from both sides. Goes away, bring down the negative 2x less than negative 20. Divide by negative 2 on both sides. That will give us x. Flip the sign because we divided by negative, and that equals 10. So we get these 2 parts. Do it on the number line. That will help you do the inequality form. So we'll have a negative 1 over here and a positive 10 over here. Since it's just less than, not equal to, we do parentheses, and that arrowhead is pointing that way. That's how I know which way to do my parentheses. Arrowhead is going toward negative infinity. The positive 10, the variable on the left, is pointing me to the right. So we're going all the way to positive infinity. So just make sure if your variable is on the left, this arrowhead points the right direction. If your variable is on the other side, it's not going to point you in the right direction. It'll be opposite. Okay, so interval notation, this is negative infinity to negative 1, and then we have a union, and then we have 10 to infinity. So that will be our interval notation in our graph. So it's not set, it's infinite, and we're going to say negative infinity, comma, negative 1, close, union, that's the or symbol, and then parentheses 10, comma, positive infinity. And then the number line that we want is h. It's the one from negative 1 to infinity and 10 to positive. Now 10 wants us to watch a video and then solve, but you can probably solve it without it. If you want to watch the video, it probably just gives you some direction. But we're just going to solve this just like the others. So this one with equality is not going to be as challenging without having to flip symbols. So 5 minus x, absolute value, and then plus 8 equals 1. So remember, we have to isolate that absolute value first before we can set the two sides up. Minus 8, we get the absolute value of 5 minus x equals negative 7. Alright, so the 2 problems will be 5 minus x. Now, before I go on, hopefully if you notice, once we isolated the absolute value, this is equal to a negative number. So what I'm doing here doesn't even matter. I was just going to set it up, but you're not going to get a solution because your absolute value is set equal to a negative number. So even if you did this, positive 7 this time, even if you did this, it will not work out because absolute value equals positive, and this absolute value is set equal to a negative. Even though it started out looking like it was positive, that we could solve it, once you isolate the absolute value, you have this. There is no solution to this problem. So you might get in a groove as you're working these problems, and you might forget, but hopefully as often as you see it, make sure there's no solution. So the equation will have, I guess, no solution, 0 solutions. So I want to know 1, 2, or infinite, or 0, 0 solutions.